Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a walk around video of my E46 M3. I bought this car in April of this year, so it's been 5-ish months since I got it. I bought this car sight unseen. It's a 2006 E46 M3. It's a factory manual. It has the cinnamon interior in it. It has these BBS wheels that the previous owner put on. The tires were basically brand new. I have tracked this car, so it's been to the track. It's been raced. So the value is gone. I have no intention of selling the car. So somebody did offer, actually a few people have offered to buy it from me, and I always tell them it's up to my kids to sell it after I'm away dead, because I will never let it go, but they can do whatever they want, or whatever happens if it crashes or something. My favorite thing about this car is the interior color. The cinnamon interior is absolutely amazing. I had an older 325, like an E46, and it had the black interior, and in that time, and this was 2004 that I had it, and in those times it was nice, but if you sit in a modern BMW or Mercedes, the interiors are so much nicer now. So the cinnamon color kind of makes it pop, makes it feel good. The interior, so when I bought this car, I had it detailed, and it still smelled like my old 325 did. So I told the detailer, don't spray anything inside, just clean it, and that's it. And the car was, to be fair, previously detailed before I got it, but due to a shipping error, I actually had to fly to Edmonton. I got this car from Edmonton, Alberta. I had to fly there and then drive it back. If you know anything about Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, it gets very cold, it snows a lot, and there is salt all over the roads. Maybe not in Edmonton, they say they don't use it there, but the highways on the way to where I am, I'm just outside Vancouver, BC, there is salt everywhere, and I did not want salt on this car. It's a 2006, it's got 155,000 K on it, that's about 95 miles. I did not want salt on the car simply because the car like this is already going to have been driven in the rain. When they were new, people did not treat them as if they were going to be collector cars. So that's why I had to drive it. I called a company to ship the car inside an enclosed truck, and they just delay. So I bought it in April. I didn't actually get it home till middle of May, so it sat in the guy's garage for that long. My favorite thing about the car, like I said, the interior, also the sound. The inline six at full rev is amazing. Sometimes I just listen to the engine. The car is in great shape. There's no dings or dents on it. There was an accident on it before. Looks like it's been repaired extremely well. Things that I don't like about the car, it's not super powerful. It's 330 horsepower, so it's not overly powerful. Also parking. This is the most fanciest car I own. I'm not some Ferrari collector or anything, but parking this car scares the shit out of me. I know that people have, like, my wife's SUV. If I have a grocery getter is more expensive than this car, but I'm just afraid because I've owned it. I'm going to own it forever. I don't want the car to get dinged up or scratched up, and then I have to look at those things for the rest of my life, because I don't want to get rid of the car. I know, like, a Porsche 911 is on my list of things to purchase in my lifetime, and I'm just afraid, like, where am I going to park the thing? When do I drive it? I don't drive this in the rain. So since I've owned it in April, this car has only been wet from a hose and then dried in the sun after. So it's never been driven in the rain since I bought it, except when I did drive it home from Edmonton. There was rain, there was snow. It was treacherous, but fortunately, because it was a freak May snowfall, there was no salt on the road, so didn't have to deal with that. About the car, so 155 miles, like I said, 06 factory manual. It's got the 6-speed gearbox. The car has been in one accident. BBS wheels on it, cinnamon interior. It's a metallic gray color. Modifications, nothing to the engine, nothing to the exhaust or anything. The wheels are obviously changed to these BBS wheels. In the back here we have like a diffuser that's been put on, carbon fiber. This is probably one of the only thing that really annoys me. I gotta pop the clip back in so it's flush. Other than that, I did the Alcantara steering wheel when I bought it. The stock steering wheel that was in there was worn. It's 155,000 kilometers, so it was fairly worn. The interior, the previous owner had done the stereo, which I would have done. This thing is absolutely amazing. I love it. It does everything. I even have it connected to Wi-Fi so I can hotspot my cell phone and then watch YouTube videos wherever I go. Pretty fancy. I wish all car decks were like that, and it looks basically stock. The rest of the car, the seats, this is the driver's seat. It is in near mint shape. This is probably one of the cleanest driver's seats I've seen. I took it to a BMW kind of meetup, and there wasn't anything as clean. There were some cars that were much nicer, I'd say modified. So I bought this car sight unseen. The reason for that was about 6 months ago, and I've been looking for one of these for years, but just casually. I never really paid. When I got serious with it, I just kind of would look at the ad and say, hey, that's not a bad car. And then I just kind of maybe message the guy, maybe kind of consider it. But then about 6 months ago, I noticed a couple. I love the Laguna Seca Blue, the LCBs. My wife doesn't like them, but I think that's the best color. I haven't seen one for sale since I bought this. But so about 6 months ago, I realized, shit, these cars are hard to find. 13,000 K used to be. Shit, people would be selling them for 8-9 grand here, and now people are asking up to 55,000, 45,000. I paid 28,000 for this car. So I paid $28,000 sight unseen for this car, and no inspection, no checks. I basically just said, hey, I'll take it, because there was so much demand. It was listed on Kijiji, and then when I looked at it, it had 17 views. I messaged the guy, and during the conversation, it got to like 600 views. So I was like, oh crap, and he was showing me his inbox. It was full, absolutely full. So I basically committed to the deal. He FaceTimed me, went over the whole car, and he seemed like a very honest guy, and he has been. I still talk to him even after. He does miss the car, but you got to move on. I think you'll probably end up with something nicer. I've not checked the Vanos. I have bought the Bastion rebuild kit. I am sure the Vanos is going. It will up and down. The idle will go up and down. The subframe I haven't checked. That's on the to-do list. The transmission is for sure on its way out. Reverse will pop out if it's not put in like really firmly. I gotta feel it, make sure that the reverse is in, otherwise it'll pop out. I've had 6th gear pop out when it's really, really hot, like I've been driving. I've only put maybe 2,000 kilometers on it. What's that, like 1,200 miles maybe, right? It's end of September now, so realistically this thing will get another 200-300 kilometers on it before she's parked away for storage. But I'll probably, when I do those, I'll probably make a video about the rebuilding of the Van Haas and the subframe. I'll have it checked. I did track it. It felt fucking like awesome on the track. Rips. It's amazing being able to keep it at high RPM and just punch it and hold it. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you want me to do any kind of other videos about this car. I do all my repairs and maintenance basically myself, unless it's something that is like technical. If I had to like weld a subframe, I wouldn't do that, but changing a trans, I would do that myself. Yeah, like I thought about converting one if I couldn't find a factory manual, but this turned out pretty good. So I'll start it up and kind of, you guys can listen to what it sounds like. So the engine's hot right now, so it's idling all steady. But right when I first started it, it was definitely an up and down. Oh, you can kind of hear it here. Yeah, so something I didn't mention before, this car has never been driven in winter. The previous owner, all the previous owners never drove this car in winter. They basically drove through the summer months and it was stored all winter, every year.